Philadelphia Eagles, they're the last team to lose a game by quite a bit. They were really 13-1 until Hurts got hurt, and then they rolled in the playoffs, and until now they had the lead over the Kansas City Chiefs. Where they were last year, and that team that showed up at Tampa and looked awful, to the team that we saw all year this year, Jalen Hurts and others, look, that is quite a meteoric rise in my book, Steve.
Yeah, this is an offense that's built for 2023, 24, 25.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You want to play
these are the kind of people that you want. This is the kind of talent. So they're built to last. This is not a one and done. I mean, look, it's hard to come back.
Yes.
But what the Eagles are now and into the future they are set up well to be knocking on this. Set up base camp, as Bill Walsh just said, for the playoffs. But this one hurts because they did everything they wanted to do except one thing, and that was run the football. That's what we knew that Jalen Hurts ran the football very effectively, and he was Superman. Look, when they were up 24-14 at halftime, they had to say to themselves, this is going exactly as we planned.
Right.
Except we now need to go to the second half and end this game by draining the clock. And we just couldn't do it. And the Chiefs went down and ran the ball more effectively than the Eagles did. And I think that's, in the end, it feels like if they could have just drained some of that clock with some great running the way that they wanted to, because Jalen was Superman. The defense was, it's Patrick Mahomes. You can't complain. Yeah. But they did what they wanted to do except for that one thing.
The style of football that they play, which is running the football, being a physical run team, and then hitting the big plays over the top, it doesn't leave a lot of margin for error against good teams. And when you turn the football over, I thought Jalen Hurts played a flawless game, except for the one turn. Changes after they go 3 and out. The momentum changes again. So it doesn't leave them a lot of room for error. And who would have thought that the most physical football team all season long couldn't run the football against the Chiefs? And in the end, when they were down, yes, they came back. But when they tried to get some of those crucial first downs, they couldn't get them. When they got in 3rd and long, it was a couple of key conversions that they could not get. Yes, Hurts was outstanding, but I think as they move forward, yes, the offense is built for 2023 and beyond. They want to become a little bit more explosive in the intermediate passing game.
They need to.
Yes.
Because you're right. If things go well, it's still tight against the best teams.
It is, exactly.
And you can't actually race away from them. And I got to be honest with you, it felt like if you just were dispassionate about it, watched the football game, didn't know anything about either team, and say, which team was more physical? Yeah. I don't know that you would say the Chiefs, which is a little bit of a shock.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? The Chiefs scored on defense. They, for a moment, thought Bolton had 2 of them. To your point, Hurts ran for 70. All the others combined under 50 yards.
Yeah.
Where the Chiefs ran for 158. I mean, that's it. That you wouldn't have necessarily had it, but when they came out running down by 10, Kansas City, and it started the third quarter, it was like, this is what we planned to do originally. We've got time. It's not, we're down 10. There's 30 minutes to go. No, we have time.
Booger, does it mean a little bit that they've been swimming in the deep end for a while, the Chiefs?
Yes.
Championship games, multiple Super Bowls, multiple, and the Eagles just haven't. It's been a meteoric rise from this season. They have some guys back from the Super Bowl, a couple guys around, but it just felt like this game, it was that calmness, being down 24-14. They never panicked, and it was just like the maturity of the team and the way the scar tissue of what they've faced over the last 3 or 4 years seemed to show.
When you've been in the deep end for a long time, the depth of the water doesn't bother you.
Yeah.
I'm down 10, doesn't bother me. Okay? You guys are moving the football, doesn't bother me. You take the opening drive down, score a touchdown, doesn't bother me. I'm used to being in that deep water. And when what did we talk about? The Eagles hadn't been down this entire postseason.
Correct.
How would they react? How would they respond? They responded well.
Beautifully.
But it just felt like a little uneasy. We all said if the game is close at the end, who you taking? We're taking Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Well, there are 2 Super Bowls. They were down by 10. Both they were down by 10 with 7 minutes to go against the 49ers. People forget that because it's 31-20.
Yeah.
They're down by 10 here, to start the second half. And Mahomes, is he going to come out okay? I do want to say one thing with the Chiefs, and I do talk with the coach a little bit during the year. Even like in December, which is starting to get late, right? In football, you turn the calendar,
it's pretty late.
And they got beat by the Bengals, and kudos to the Bengals in the regular season. He dressed 5 out of his 10 defensive backs are rookies, for example. And Coach Reed would say, of course we want to win. But I'm glad our youngsters had a chance to see this sort of situation. I'm saying this is mid-December. This is a little late to be saying that, but he kind of knew all along because those youngsters did a great job on the Cincy wide receivers 2 weeks ago, and actually was a couple of long throws here. Goddard actually was outstanding, as we said. But those youngsters, they all of a sudden, rookies, were in the fire and didn't flinch either when they needed them most. That's what I saw.
And because those youngsters played and are built that way, think about how the Chiefs are built. They've paid Mahomes. A lot of youngsters played. They're in better position going forward than the Eagles are, because the Eagles are going to lose a lot of people. Why? Because they got to pay the quarterback.
Yeah.
So they're inherently going to lose a lot of people. And who would have thought playing all those youngsters would not only be a benefit this season, it's going to be a benefit going forward, and they are in better position to return and keep this going than the Eagles are, because the Eagles have to pay Hurts. They got to figure out, they got a ton of free agents. They got to figure out how they want to play football moving forward around Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, because the Chiefs have already they've paid Patrick.
Exactly, yes, exactly.
17% of the salary cap.
He's already
got it.
Yes.
So
Okay, his two hits you, he has Coach, he has Travis and Pat. You know what it's like, two
Travis,
versus one.
You could see Travis Kelce. It was, it changes the conversation every day of your life. People are talking about, hey, Super Bowls, or how great are you? What are you going to be? And when you do have one, they always going to, what if? What does it really mean? Two, the conversation stops. And now it becomes just about legacy. It becomes about, you're chasing Tom Brady or anything. It's like something else. But there's a piece about it. There's a finality to like the discussion. It's like you're in an elite space. You're in an elite space just with one. I get that. But two hits different. You could hit from Travis Kelce. You could feel when I asked him. He's like, oh yeah, it hits different, and there's no question about it.
Boom. When you have one, that floor is crowded. It's a lot of people there. When you take the stair to the second floor, it's not as many people. As you continue to go up, it becomes less crowded. It puts you in rarefied air. It means something. It's special. It puts you in a different category.
And with Patrick Mahomes, just historically, look, just take a look at this. Super Bowl wins, 2. MVPs, 2. He did it in 6 seasons. He's 27 years young. We're going to pop this up. No, we're not Tom Brady. It took 11 seasons to do it. Joe Montana, remember him? 12 seasons. Peyton, 18 seasons.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.